Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the FlappCast.
Okay.
Behind the Funny, where we find out what goes on behind the scenes at a comedy club. We talk to comedians, tell us how they came up with their material. I'm Barbara Holliday, co-owner of Flappers and the booker here.
I am Joshua Snyder, comedian and promotions director and chief of anxiety here at Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant.
Definitely anxiety. And we have an amazing headliner with us today.
Hello.
All the way from LA. Now,
Yes.
JR DeGuzman.
Oh, guys, keep it down out there. Keep it down.
Comedy musician, stand-up comedian, originally from the Bay Area.
Originally from Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Which is like
What is the difference in that? The Bay Area is...
we're 2 hours east of the Bay.
Oh, so it's not actually
the Bay.
Bay adjacent.
Bay adjacent.
Adjacent, yes. Bejazzled.
But you live in LA now, right?
Yeah. Now I live in...
Kind of.
I'm like
You're
all over.
back and forth.
So I was in Silver Lake for the first 3 months of this year, living there. And then now I just moved to Selmar, which is even further from everything.
Ooh.
It's close to here, though.
That must be a difference in coffee.
Oh, so much so. Yeah. In like Silver Lake, they have everything that's like... And they can explain like who made it, the guy's name and his kids, what they did to make it. But like anywhere else you go, like in somewhere, it's just coffee. What do you want? You know?
Yeah, that's Silver Lake is quite the
Tip.
mecca, if you will, of coffee.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, you're a youngin', if I may say so.
I'm
I don't know if you're supposed to
65.
talk about, but
65.
it's definitely under the on the low end. We don't have to say
Sure.
exactly how.
Well, I can say it. I mean, it was my birthday on Friday. So
Really?
I just turned 27.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Oh.
If I die this year, I join the
I thought
club.
you were like 19 or something.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
funny.
So
Yeah.
I actually thought you were a lot younger
Yeah.
than you are.
Yeah.
People think that.
Yeah, like for
You have a
auditioning
baby
stuff.
face.
I know people always bring that up, like age or whatever. They had me go for a lot of like high school stuff this year, which I the main reason I didn't want to do that, it's like, because if I would love to do it and get it, it'd be great, but like if I was doing it, I'm hanging out with a bunch of high schoolers every day. Because there were like actual high schoolers auditioning for it too. So like it'd be weird to be like a 27-year-old dude with like a 17-year-old kid.
It's funny. That's how older people feel about people in their 20s.
Yeah, in general. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be surrounded by you.
Well, how long have you been doing stand-up, and how did you get started?
I started when I was about 21, so I started my junior year of college, and there was a stand-up class. I was doing acting, and there was a stand-up class at Davis.
Oh.
So I just did the class and then started sneaking off to like open mics.
Who
and
taught the
stuff.
class?
Oh, a guy named Brett Duggan, who's out here now.
I know Brett.
Do you know Brett?
Yes,
He
I
was
used to
I did one of
Brett.
his shows. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's funny. Hi,
Yeah.
Brett, if you're listening.
Hey.
Miss you.
Fire
Oh,
Turtles.
He's
Check them out. They're
great.
great.
Great energy.
Yeah, totally.
Really positive, inspiring, friendly
For sure.
comedian. Wow, you
Yeah.
did a good job.
Well, it's a funny thing is like I think just starting out with a nurturing mentor or something of that is so helpful. Like that's why I like Flappers. Not to bring it back to always. I feel like I'm always complimenting
Here's your
Flappers when
money.
I see you.
I pay
yeah,
you.
boom.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Yeah, like it's sort of just so nurturing for comics to come here. It's a great place to like
Thank
go
you.
and like work on stuff to start out, and then but you also get like really good people coming through too. So it's like I remember when I first came here, I was amazed because I could work like just kind of get some stage time in LA, which is amazing. But then you're also seeing like big names come in and watching them go to work. So I thought that was really
Well,
cool.
we met you we discovered
the
you through the
festival.
Burbank Comedy
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah. Mhm.
And honestly, we just watched a tape.
Yeah.
I mean, we hadn't met you in person yet.
Yeah, for
That was
sure.
about 3 years ago or 2
Mhm.
years?
Yeah,
3 years ago?
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I came straight from the airport and you guys let me keep my stuff.
Oh, I remember
office?
that day.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
You came in with your luggage and you're like, where can I keep my luggage? And I was like,
Yeah.
at your hotel? I don't have a hotel.
Yeah, I don't have a hotel. I was like, yeah. Like, okay.
And
Then
we did.
I feel like you guys had a discussion. You're like, hey, there's a poor guy out front. Should we let him keep his stuff here?
Poor
I don't
comedians
think
welcome.
Yeah. I think he means well.
But I'm not sure of your history, but now you do comedy music.
Yeah.
Did you start out doing music? You are an amazing singer.
Thank you.
We're going to find that out in a second. I'm amazed you didn't go into music and just be a singer. I mean,
You know,
You're
I mean,
great.
I'm amazed too. You know, why did I choose this?
I don't know.
Every day. I regret it.
Were you a music? But were you like playing serious songs first?
Like
and
it's
then you're
weird
like,
that I didn't really like. I was always into music and stuff. I think it was just sort of meant to be with comedy because I never like pursued it so hard. Like I was always really into it and would spend time in my room. But for some reason with comedy, like my head clicked more to like actually go out and go for it for some reason. But with music, I was like, well, I'll record a video here and there, and then I had a band with my brother. He was like the front
what was
man.
the band name?
Oh my gosh, it was called The Sundays.
The Sundays.
Yeah, delicious.
Beautiful.
But it was because we would always practice on Sunday because we were all from 4 different cities, so we'd meet on Sunday, like when no one was doing like other stuff, and practice on Sunday.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
The Sundays.
Yeah.
And so you played guitar.
Yeah. I
Obviously.
played guitar and I was a drummer.
And
so
you sang, right?
And I sang
Oh,
like
yeah.
harmonies because my brother was the front man. He's a very sexy man. It's fine to say that about your brother,
Can
right?
I find him online?
You could. I mean, now he's like a dentist, so you probably
a
wouldn't find
sexy
much.
dentist.
Sexy dentist, and he's a really
My
good singer.
favorite, my
Good
favorite.
singer, good producer. He made all the beats for us too.
Well, when he's doing
Yeah.
dentistry, I guess he has a captive audience. He
Oh.
can just sing to them. They,
Yeah,
they
they have
can't
to.
say anything. Just
Yeah.
listen.
And he can drill in 4/4 time.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
jeez.
That's true. Or like whatever. What meter would you like? Like I don't know, man. I don't even want to be here.
So when did you discover, because you're in a band, and
Yeah.
then how did you figure out, okay, I got to write a funny song, or did it just kind of come naturally?
That was for a class. It was like
Oh.
for me, I'm so like homework oriented, which to like I'm not breaking down stereotypes. I'm reinforcing them here for Asian people. Like,
Asian.
But, yeah. Like, but I can drive really well. So there you go.
Oh, I
Wow,
thought
then
I
you
thought
are
the
brave.
Yeah.
I thought the stereotype was people who wear salmon-colored shirts,
Yeah, that I'm reinforcing for sure. Yeah.
which you're matching by the
all
way.
you
Good
Asians
job.
wearing salmon-colored shirts.
So
Well,
you're-
yours, what's that, brown?
Mine's brown.
Yeah.
I'm earthy tones
Yeah.
today.
But a lot of fall colors going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
well,
ready.
So your assignment was write a comedy music song.
Yeah, so our homework was write a comedy music. So we had everything in one of these comedy classes. It was like one
At what school?
at Davis,
Oh,
at
at
UC
Davis,
Davis.
great.
It was an elective for the acting thing where like
Nice.
different comedy teachers came in and taught stuff. Like they would teach an acting class, but their real passion was comedy, so they did an elective that was comedy. And I forget, oh gosh, I forget her name, but she was one of the most amazing comedy teachers I had because she went into
But
sketch.
you can't remember her name. She
I
was
know.
amazing.
Because I'm afraid of
Amazing.
mixing two together. I want to say it's Mindy something. I have
Sterling?
it. I don't remember. I emailed her one day to let her know, like, hey, I'm still doing comedy.
But I can't remember your name.
Oh my gosh, I wish I
Can
could say it right now.
harass you.
Put it on Facebook Live and
Well,
on the
someone
podcast.
might want to go work with her, you know?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I forgot where. Oh man, I
Okay,
really want to find it
Mindy.
out.
Mindy, you're a huge
I think it's
inspiration.
Mindy. I think it's Mindy. I'll look
Okay.
it up
and
again.
she said, write this dang comedy music
Well, she
song.
had us do sketch, improv, stand up, physical comedy, like without what's it?
Commedia.
Yeah, sort of like that, like slapsticky stuff, like with no talking, just physical.
Ooh.
But she had
Politics?
us- What's that?
Politics.
Yeah, political slapstick.
physical
Yeah,
comedy.
exactly.
That's my favorite.
Yes,
Oh,
me
I've
too.
missed that.
I know.
Nobody does that
You guys
anymore.
don't do that here as much as I thought you would. But so one of the assignments was to do a comedy song, and just to toot my own horn, it went really well for that class. I was like, oh,
Do
maybe
you
I.
remember?
It was called No Homo.
Can you do
I
it?
have it?
Can you do it?
Oh my gosh, I could. You know, when I say really well, I take it back. It was really good back then.
Right.
For what it was.
Well, for your first song, I imagine.
Okay, I haven't played this in so long. This is cool.
And did it come to you instantly? That's always what I want to know. Or was it you just playing around?
I don't know. Like for some reason, I knew in my head, like, okay, I want to make fun of the phrase "no homo" because I think it's stupid.
It is.
And then so I just wrote a song that was all making fun of that. But I don't remember the whole song. I just remember like I can play the first couple verses maybe.
Okay,
It's like-
awesome.
And imagine I'm in front of like a bunch of college students, like as a homework assignment. Yeah. All right. And when you say no homo, I wonder what would cause it. I sense you like R. Kelly and you're trapped in the closet. You should come out and join the gays, 'cause straight guys fight in streets, but the gays have pride parades. And when you say no homo, I forgot what the rest is. I don't remember the rest, but it's kind of like that.
love
Yeah.
it. Oh my gosh, that deserves my canned
Yeah.
applause sound effect.
Oh, there we go. Do we have it?
Yeah.
Man, that's real. You guys sit down.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
standing.
Stop.
Oh, come on.
stop.
All right,
Stop.
keep it going.
What a great. You don't do that one anymore?
Because I think the no homo phrase started to go away. Like
Oh,
it wasn't
it's a
really,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that song, I did it. It's
Well, now
all
it's-
me that made it go away.
Well, you're not gay.
no.
Okay.
Oh, but the gay boys would love you.
But
I'm sure.
But I dabble,
Perfect.
in there. I'll hang out at the club and just see what it's like. Check in every once in a while.
The new song has to be no preferred gender pronoun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. yeah.
Right?
Right.
When
No
you say no
insert.
pronouns or whatever, I don't know, something.
What's your favorite pronoun?
Yeah.
See?
Well, I got a
list.
list on Facebook the other day of just, I don't know if you guys of just the pronouns that are non-gender
We were
discriminatory.
talking about it last week.
It's
on
just,
our
it just is
podcast.
hard to admit. I mean, anyone, as much as want to be pro and make everyone feel comfortable, it is hard to sort of adjust all the time and remember.
So what a voice, guys!
Oh,
Didn't I tell
thank
you?
you.
I'm in awe of it.
Thanks.
And I am dabbling in the guitar as I've been
Yeah.
telling JR, and it's like you're doing 3 things or 4 things because comedy itself is so cerebral.
Yeah.
But you're playing the guitar, and then you're singing, and you're telling jokes. It's like you have to do a lot of things at one time.
Well, I almost just don't want. It's sort of a thing of I have that first date syndrome where I don't want them to get bored, the audience, so I talk too much, or okay, I'll bring out something else. Or something else. On first dates, I'll talk way too much because I'm if there's dead air, I'm oh, she's not into it, So I think it's the same thing with an audience where I'm okay, well, let me do a joke here, or a story, or how about a song, and it's are you guys bored yet? Okay, I'll do something else.
So you have enough comedy music in your bag now that you're releasing a new album.
Yeah.
It's out, actually.
Yeah, it's Dual Citizen, debuted #1 on iTunes and Billboard Comedy.
Oh,
Wow.
my.
Yeah.
So you
My
have
mom bought 3 million albums.
I was going to say, by herself.
She loves it. She loves it. Yeah, they're just stocked up at the house.
Do you have a copy
I
of
have
your
a-
CD here?
yeah, somewhere in
Just
here.
We can show them
I had it.
your picture. It's such a nice, colorful photo that you
Yeah.
have.
I do like that the album cover is cool.
Oh,
not
yeah.
that it's-
Look at that. It's
Yeah.
very catchy, colorful.
Yeah,
Josh display.
it's
you
very
can display
lucid.
that.
Oh, wow.
And then the back is kind of
DMT
cool,
inspired.
too. This is the back of your head.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah,
You're on
That's a
fire,
funny idea.
is what it's
kind of. Yeah.
Well,
it's like the ball in Space Jam.
okay, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a
Was
ball
that
of
your
energy.
inspiration?
I feel like you're leveling up.
Yeah, yeah.
It
About
looks-
to go Super Saiyan.
It looks very peaceful, like I should be in a spa or jacuzzi.
That's funny you
and
say that
easy
because
listening.
this whole week was very it was my birthday week. My girlfriend treated me to all kinds of we did spa days and all this stuff. Yeah, I feel guilty for doing that. I don't know why.
No, that's
great.
relaxation.
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
About a year and a half now.
Okay.
A little
And is
over
she a
year.
performer
Is
as
that
well?
true, girlfriend? Did he
Yeah.
get it right?
Ooh.
Let's make sure the numbers.
She is. She's a music therapist.
Oh, wow.
A
Yeah.
music therapist.
Great.
She saves lives with music and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Music is very powerful.
Mhm.
It really can change your entire attitude. Humor too.
Yeah. Well, to
So-
give you, she woke somebody up out of a coma one time.
What?
She was she was doing something, and then she was playing music, and the guy opened his eyes, and I forget how long he was in a coma for, but when you first get out of a coma, you're not gonna be okay, cool, I'm good, so he still couldn't talk or move at first, so she said oh, do you want me to play this song next, and so he nodded his head, and then she's okay, well, give me a high five if you want to do this, and then that's what got him out of the thing to move, and then she played that song, and he started sort of moving more.
What was the song?
It was I don't remember. Maybe Tom Petty, Free Falling, or
Now-
some Tom Petty song I like. I really like.
Now I would be playing for someone in the coma, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "I'm not getting
They're
it.
they fall deeper into the coma.
Staying down.
No, I
I
think-
cannot
See,
listen to you."
But here's my question, though. Here's my question. What
Yeah.
would get them out of the coma faster? Music they like or music they hate?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Hey, shut the fuck up. All right,
Pokey,
cool.
pokey.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in a coma with that shit playing.
John Tesh has saved a lot of lives.
Yep.
Hey, so I don't know.
Is he
so,
still alive?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's still doing what? Okay, so what's he most famous for? Is it a radio
Entertainment
program?
Tonight. I thought wasn't he the
He was
host?
a
So it is.
host.
Okay. Does
Not
he?
his music.
Does he? What is his
No,
music
no.
background? I'm
No,
vaguely.
his music.
Isn't he like Enya Light or something?
Yeah. Well, Enya
Enya?
heavy.
Enya.
Enya heavy.
Kinda Enya
Enya
heavy.
more. Enya
It's this new genre.
I like Enya for massages especially.
Sail away.
No, John Tesh. He had a pretty amazing stronghold in that
Yeah.
easy listening.
My mom loves John
classical
Tesh.
type.
I didn't know what for though.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I
She
knew
just
she loved
loves
him. Yeah.
So, are your parents musicians, or did that gene get passed on?
It's like through church, I think.
Oh.
And Filipinos always sing, so they are kind of musically inclined, like singing, but neither of them play instruments. Yeah.
And were they? What generation are you?
First generation for the
Okay.
Philippines, yeah.
So-
but I'm like first generation, like you wouldn't be interested in it. But my dad's like first generation, like you struggled. You know, for me, like he's National Geographic with his. Mine is very like just I'm basically American, yeah.
Do they give you notes and comments on your songs? You said your mom loves the new album.
My mom loves all my dirty songs,
Oh,
which makes me really uncomfortable.
creepy.
Yeah, like
Mom,
yeah.
that's gross.
If that's there's other
What's your
comics.
favorite song?
Is the Christmas song? Do you know that one?
No. Can you give us a
One of the
little?
lines is like, oh, you want me to play it? One of the lines is
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah come on your face.
Your mama.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Are you Jewish, John?
Unacceptable.
Are you Jewish?
Gross.
You're Jewish, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
you would like it.
Can
Sorry.
I actually play something?
Now,
from
now
him?
in that
I don't think
lyric,
it's
did
on
you?
there, but
I gotta-
it's on YouTube. I know that much.
Ooh. I'll
Now,
go.
in the lyric, when you're talking about Hanukkah coming on someone,
Yes.
did you spell it CH or H? The Hanukkah.
CH. When I was writing down the lyrics, K.
K-
Wait. HANUKKUM.
Okay, so you spell it without the C at the beginning, because you can spell
Yeah.
Hanukkah. You can spell Hanukkah coming on
like
two times.
Like
Yeah,
Hanukkah, or the C, like
Right.
like challah.
right.
Yeah.
I think it makes it adds a little extra zest.
I actually like that. I think I should. I think I would sing it more then too, with more actual Jewish like. truth
Were
in it.
you inspired
It had been
by?
Christmas, XMA. Well, yeah.
Were
with
you
a X.
inspired by any particular comedy musician? Like Adam Sandler was just in here.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, what was? How long of a set did he do? And what was like?
He did like an hour or
Did an
45
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
How did he break it up?
Well, he did a bunch of new material,
Uh-huh.
and so we can't even play it for you or tell you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he did do an amazing song
Song.
about Kevin Farley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And,
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. Yeah. Kevin's. Yeah.
Kevin's still
God.
with us.
My
Yeah.
God, sorry, Kevin.
For him to
Who's
do.
listening?
Yeah.
I meant Chris
It's cool.
Farley.
You can do songs about other people.
Live or dead people.
Live or either.
But it was a very touching.
Oh, that's nice. Was it a comedy or just?
Yeah, all of
Oh.
it. Well, he's a really interesting person as far as performance goes. He was very different than I
Sure.
expected.
I haven't seen him live, but I had a friend who saw him and may have recorded audio or something. I don't know. Whatever. And so from the show, and I'm pretty sure she wasn't supposed to. But yeah, when I listened to it, it was like he broke it up with stand up and then some songs in between or something. Is that right?
Yeah, he did about the same.
Yeah, that's
Two
cool.
jokes in
And
between.
he has a partner that sits with him on stage.
Oh, really?
A comedian who plays the keyboards
While he's
and-
talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I kind of liked that. I
Yeah.
liked that camaraderie. I think
Yeah.
it helped him having someone on stage that he could, banter
Uh-huh.
with, or the person could. I remember I used to do sketch
Yeah,
and improv, and it would be great to have a musician just chiming in,
for sure.
and giving you some life in those.
It
dead
sort of
moments.
makes it like for them in the crowd, it hits their brain in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it makes the funny hit harder.
a little bit harder. I think it's because the misdirection is that much stronger. Of like, oh, this doesn't go with this kind of music, So
Right.
yeah.
So is this the Christmas song
That's the
here?
Christmas
Can I
song.
play a tad of it?
Sure.
And let's see. You can tell me when to stop.
one dislike.
What's
not
the
good.
down thumb?
What's
that was
the
an
reason?
accident.
Yeah, they meant to click like.
They didn't like the
They're
way you spelled
dyslexic.
Hanukkah.
Christmas is coming up at the end of the
It was
year.
Josh.
Oh, yes.
And that's where it goes.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, how did that come to you? Excuse
Oh,
me. Pardon me.
How did it Hana come to
How
me?
did Hana come to you?
I was this. So the weird thing about this song is like I tried to write it.
You
for, like,
wanted a blowjob,
yes.
basically.
Well,
Okay.
that whole year I was probably really horny. Just being real, it's probably a very horny year.
You were
for me.
19.
I was 20.
Oh.
It was 3 weeks ago.
It was
I just wrote
yesterday.
it. I was just. This is fresh right now. I'm always horny. No, but I was in Hawaii. So I was trying to write this song for a few years, and then just never finished it. And then in Hawaii, I was like sort of taking time off of stand-up. I was like working on this farm, and then I was like, well, I really want to get back on stage, so I'll just. I can't do that, so I'll just write. And that's when the song finally finished. Was I had all this free time to like come up with these things, and I think I just made a list of like dirty words, and then a list of like Christmas words, or and then I was like, how do I combine these? And then
Do you write the
That's
tune
Hana
first or the lyrics first? That's a good question.
That's a great
Yeah.
question. It varies. I think every regular musicians would say the same thing. Where like sometimes you can start with even just like a song title and then try to build from there. I usually I think start with the chord progression first. Yeah, and then try to figure out what the song's about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I wrote a song my very first day of guitar lesson.
Oh, like a comedy song or a
Yeah,
song?
my boyfriend bought me the guitar lessons.
Yeah.
And so my first song was Boyfriends, Boyfriends,
Uh-huh.
they really suck. Boyfriends, Boyfriends,
Oh, that's
I'm out of
awesome.
luck.
But he's the one who bought you the thing.
Yes, he did. Sorry.
Oh man, you
It's not
kind of
very
suck.
nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not very nice.
Well,
tribute.
it's coming out of a place of love.
yeah,
I
that's
guess
true.
so.
Roasting, you're like roasting him. at a
Exactly, right.
But yeah, so I sort of wrote the lyrics first,
Yeah.
but now I have to find a tune, but I don't
Okay.
know how to play guitar yet. So
Mm.
I'm going
But
to
so
learn.
you came up with the lyrics first,
Right.
And you're trying to come up with the chords after. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a
if it's gonna
good
work.
premise, though. Where does it go? Does it go further?
Yeah, the third one is boyfriends, boyfriends. They just wanna.
Oh, that's
boyfriends,
funny.
So
Yeah.
I'm not actually.
Just want Hana come on your face?
Right.
They just want a truck.
That's hilarious.
They all want trucks.
See, and then you make a list
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
those words. That's
Yeah.
a great idea, and you brainstorm,
Mhm.
and yeah, and it gets darker and darker. I'm sure
Yeah.
as I go through, but.
That's funny.
It's
yeah.
just something I've always wanted to do, but I'm not very good at it.
Well,
I'm
mean,
fascinated by comedy musicians.
That's the thing about the song
Love
thing
it.
is like, I feel like you don't know if you're good at it. You just write a song, and the
Yeah.
song's either good or bad. You're not good or bad. The song is,
But I could be a great backup dancer for you. I
Oh,
will. I
okay.
would love to back up one of the. Like I could do some.
If
good,
we're here, let's do it.
good
I'd be
stuff
down
on
to do it one
stage.
day.
You right?
I'm in total agreement.
People have seen me dance, and maybe we'll do it on our new podcast. We're going to do songs in the key of funny.
Yeah.
And that'll be
No.
one of my little.
The backup dancing?
Yeah, I'll get to do
What
backup
what
dancing.
outfit are you going to wear for that?
I don't know. It's going to be a little less clumpy than this. It's going to be, yeah. It's got to be
Yeah.
fun.
What decade do you think you'll be modeling it after?
What decade? The 80s,
Wow.
of course.
There we
The
go.
1680s, to be specific.
But so I was asking you earlier though, was there a comedy musician that inspired you, or
a bunch, like not any one. So for the singing part of
Yeah.
stuff, definitely like Stephen Lynch,
oh, I love Stephen
Yeah,
Lynch. Yes,
Flight of the Conchords.
Big fan.
Bo Burnham, and there's so many. Reggie Watts later on,
Mm-hmm.
and then like these are just people I'm a fan of though. I don't know if directly like I wrote songs like them, but
But did you listen to Stephen Lynch over and over?
Stephen Lynch over and over. There's a
He's-
Canadian group called the Doo-Wops I got really
Ah.
into. Yeah.
Stephen is a great singer. Like you're a
Yeah.
really great singer. I mean, like I would
Mhm.
just listen to you sing anything.
You know, I think I don't know if like cause
Sing me something.
oh, what can I sing? I mean, I'll sing a real song if you want to.
Yeah, sing a real
But like,
song.
but I was
Like
gonna say,
comedy music's not real.
yeah.
It's
I know people
fake.
always say that. Like, do you do real music too? And I'm like, a little. It hurts a little bit,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, I know what you mean, obviously. Yeah, but it's like if you were speaking your home language, like if I'm Filipino, I was speaking Tagalog to someone, which I can't.
Do you know? You
No, I
can't?
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just.
But if I was speaking that, and they're like, "Oh, do you speak real languages too, like
Right.
English?" Like it's like that sort of thing, you know?
So I can't ask you what is Filipino for Hana come on your face.
it's Tagalog.
It's the same. It's the same.
It is?
Hanakam is the same in both languages. But yeah, Tagalog is But
Your
oh.
parents speak Tagalog.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well. It's weird. My dad has an accent, and my mom doesn't at
Oh,
all.
really?
Yeah,
What's
I
your
don't
dad
know why.
sound like?
Like this, it sounds like go pack yourself, JR. I am your dad, but you're my bitch. I don't know. He would actually say that stuff too, as a joke, you know, like.
And your mom is like,
My mom just sounds like, I'm trying to think of something she would say, like...
I love your Hanukkah, come on music.
Oh my God, the Christmas song is so funny. Why don't you play it? My coworkers were here. I told them you were going to play the Christmas song. That's
See, she was
real.
from the part of the Philippines that was the valley.
Yes, I don't know. It's so weird. I guess she spent some of her younger years in L.A. and then a lot of it in the Philippines. So I'm not sure that I should probably ask my mom who she is as a person. I should get to know her.
Who are you?
Who are you? Other than my mom.
Who are you, Mrs. DeGuzman?
But who are you?
Does she have a different name, or is she Mrs. DeGuzman?
Mrs. DeGuzman or Tess. Other people call her Tess. I call her Mom. Did you
That's
guys have
good.
this, like, for the friends who called their parents, like, Mommy for too long or Daddy for too long?
Yes.
Me and my brothers
it's a
are
bit
like
creepy.
that.
You still call her Mom?
I call her Mom now and Dad.
Okay.
But I had to
Just
make a
about
conscious
yesterday?
decision.
Yeah.
Today, right now, on this podcast. I made the decision.
Mom.
I had to make the conscious decision to be like, I'm going to call you Mom. This is getting weird now. But
Mommy.
I found that as soon as I got...
Mommy.
As soon as the depression came in, it was easy to go from mommy to mom. I don't know. It's
that
just
was
kind of just mom.
I do think
I
it's
get depressed.
I do think it's weird when you call your parents by their name, though.
Yeah.
That I'm not a big
Like we're like the
fan
way
of.
opposite of that. I think it would be if I ever called them Tess. It's like they would beat me.
Right.
No, but it'd be
Excuse
weird.
me, Tess. Come on over, and I will
Yeah.
sing you the Christmas song.
Yeah, it'd be really strange.
Weird. Is that strange?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there are people who do that. I couldn't even call my friends' parents that, like their first names. I had to do like we called them auntie and uncle, because my mom told me that.
So I want to hear about the first time your mom and your dad discovered that you were the talented comedy musician that you are. They must have heard the first. What song did they hear first?
Yeah.
And were they like,
in my act kind of thing?
yeah, what you doing, JR?
What they're doing?
I
No,
love
my
your
dad,
dad.
he's always like, his go-to phrase was always, "You are suck, man." So like,
Dad.
he's like, "Why are you doing comedy? You should be a doctor. You are suck." And then like, I don't think that ever went away until like, maybe the first TV thing I did, the Kevin Hart thing, and then he was like,
Heart of the City.
"You aren't that suck. You are."
You aren't that sad.
And then he came to the thing, and I got like a standing ovation in the crowd, and so.
The taping.
Mm-hmm. And so he started to see like, okay, I guess he can, because other than that, there's no like thing that says like, oh, your kid is actually like doing this thing. They just think like he's not one of those people who does it sort of thing. And then they always believed in me as far as like they would support me. Okay, keep doing it, but eventually you're gonna come back and work.
And
at
how many
dental
people
office.
were at the Heart of the City taping?
It was full, but it was at a bar
Uh-huh.
in Sacramento. So like, I mean, I don't know if it was probably smaller than this, but it was full. So
But everyone stood up for you, and
Everyone
your
stood
parents
up.
are there, and they're looking
Yeah.
around at everyone cheering for you.
Yeah,
what a great
exactly.
moment!
Mhm.
I'm sure that they thought, "I wish I'd not suck as bad as JR.
Yeah.
I could sing." Do they
Yeah.
want to try now?
My mom has always sung. She's good, and my dad he's actually not bad. He can sing on pitch, but he sings. You know how there's some people who sing and like their accent's gone. That's not him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, do it, sing
Oh,
in his.
be my lady. I can't even do it. He sings that song or Lady in Red. He sings that one. But I was actually there was no accent.
I
that
still
was
heard
there?
it. I
You heard
heard
it?
it.
Okay,
I
good.
heard it. Did you
I'm
hear
trying
it?
to emphasize it.
Try doing a Beatles song
That's
as your
gotta
dad.
be hard.
Or he does that girl is on fire. He does that. He loves that song. And so we'd be driving in the car and he's like, that girl is on fire. Yeah.
That I would buy that record.
I would too, actually. That's actually a great
Mr.
idea.
DeGuzman,
What's his name?
please.
What's his first name?
Tony.
Tony.
So I'm a
Tony.
junior. JR comes from the junior. I'm Anthony Jr.
Ah.
That would be a good idea for an album. Like,
That's
Tony,
funny.
sing songs. Or
Why
like,
don't you do a
that'd
song
be so awesome.
as your dad? You
Oh,
write a
that'd be
song.
hilarious.
Here
That
we
is
go.
so funny.
Remember where you heard it first. That would.
I think that'd be a really fun project.
Oh my
Just do
gosh.
songs as my dad.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
songs.
Tony sings the classics.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
songs in the key of my father.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay.
I think that'd
Songs
be really
in the
cool.
key of Filipino.
I want to get.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good
that's funny too.
too.
Songs in the key of
Oh,
Filipino.
these are all great titles.
I want to rewatch this so I can listen back for
those
these
are
ideas.
some really funny.
Yeah.
I would love listen. Accents are so funny.
And it'd be cool to develop it into a character to do it on stage, even.
Right.
You know, and then like now you can do a live show with it. That'd be
And
so funny.
he watches you and watches you do a song, and he's like, "Oh no, oh
That's
no."
not
Jack."
how. Oh, the
Right.
finale. He comes up and does it. It's like that's not
No.
how you do it.
No.
And then he actually will do his favorite, "Lady in Red" and "Be My." Are those the same songs?
You
No.
might as well do covers. I mean, they're
Yeah.
even funnier. You don't even
Oh,
have to
so funny.
make it up.
Yeah.
It
Less
will
work.
be made up in the nature of the accent.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically.
For sure. How much do you have
Can
to
I
pay them
submit
to?
ideas for you?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would take all of them.
Do
yeah.
Billie Jean is
I'm a
not my lover.
collaborator.
Try it out.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I am the one.
Right. Oh gosh. More.
Oh, so funny.
Yellow Submarine. We all live in a Yellow Submarine.
We all live in a yellow submarine. I can't even do it anymore. I'm like running out of like
This can work.
my accent juice.
This can work.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Next album.
I really wanted. That would be a fun project to do. It doesn't seem like it would take too long, but that might just be me like my delusion thinking you can do that in a day, right? But like to just pick like 8 songs even and do them all is.
So you were in college and you weren't thinking I'm going to be a professional comedian, right?
No, but the second that I started it, I sort of did think like I could do this. I'm like an obsessive personality. Are you the same way, Josh, with like writing and stuff?
Obsessive?
'Cause it seems like I love your writing.
Josh?
By the way.
Yeah.
And I
thank
feel
you.
like I got obsessed with like joke writing when I started. Well, like I guess to bring it back around to you, like when you started, were you like very just like?
Well, what I find is that I can't cry all the time.
Okay.
So the writing fills in the blanks.
Yeah, like when you're taking breaks from crying, like I guess I'll write right now, whatever.
And that's
I
really
cry
not
all-
a joke.
I cry all the
Yeah.
time. It's
so
just my thing.
We gotta talk about. I and not to be like this is like there's a message in this, but I wish people could talk about more like when they cried because it does kind of feel good too. I mean, it doesn't feel good when you start, but then afterwards there was a reason that you did
It's
it.
a release.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I actually think it helps people think. I've noticed it if I'm
Yeah.
feeling emotional and I let it out.
Like afterwards, you feel. like
afterwards,
you
I
can
have like a rush of ideas. And
think? I feel the
it's
same way.
I
actually.
just get a really bad headache.
Really? You're not crying right, Barb.
Really?
We cry real
Oh,
good. No,
I
no.
get the worst headache. It's
Yeah.
a crying headache.
Well,
you know
I
what
guess-
I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I think it's an eye strain thing.
God, it kills
Yeah.
me.
I wonder if there's like a crying therapy. There's laughter therapy. That's a real thing.
Well, so
I think crying therapy is therapy.
yeah, that's true. Their whole goal is to make you cry. And when, if you
I
don't
thought
cry-
it was called parenting.
Oh, you're right. True.
Anyway,
That.
Yeah.
your girlfriend though doing
Music
the music.
therapist,
How
yeah.
did she's a comedian as well, right?
Yeah,
Am I
she's
right?
done
or
6
dabbling
sets.
into it now.
She's done 6 sets, and she's had a plethora because her first 3 were open mics. The 4th one was the audition here.
Ooh.
The 5th one was the show in the Yoo-Hoo.
Oh,
And then the
lots
6th
of flappers.
The 6th one, I had her do 3 minutes before me out of college. Yeah, so she's like experienced
go?
everything. It was rough.
Yeah.
Because
it's a different crowd.
It's way different. So they don't. They were like it was one of those.
Mean.
They
Love
were in a
you guys,
lobby.
but you're mean.
Yeah, yeah,
I do. I
No,
love college students
for
but-
sure.
But they're like
they were great. The only thing was it was like you
no
know
homo.
where
They're no homo.
that was no homo. A lot of times it's like their first show ever, and that's the kind of crowd she got. And they don't know how to laugh unless it's like they've had hypnotists come in and do crowd participation. And so unless you're talking to them specifically,
Yeah.
they don't realize they're supposed to laugh yet.
Yeah.
So she was going through that thing of like she's only done sets where she just does material. So that's all she knew, and she did that and couldn't get out of that, and so she just did 3 minutes of like nothing, you know. But she knew it too.
And
Like she
then
wouldn't
she
see
needed-
this and think like that asshole.
Right.
Like she would think like yeah, that's what happened.
And
we
now
talked
she
about it
needs
afterwards.
music therapy.
Yeah.
Or crying therapy.
Yeah.
Maybe
Precisely.
crying
Or both.
therapy.
Both.
Hey, keep going.
Yeah.
If you're listening, eat that 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I
what's her name?
Chelsea Brown. I will say this: she was killing it super hard in her start. So it's like that's why I
You
felt
gotta
confident
go
even
through
him
those.
bring her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you
That was
know,
her first bomb.
I booked a comedian who I used to represent a long time ago on a college before he had a paid gig,
Yeah.
and he's an amazing comedian
Mhm.
now. And he tanked his first time in
At a
front of
college?
a college crowd. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just, it's a very different expectation
Yeah.
than, in a comedy club, I think people are coming to. They want to be entertained, and
Mm-hmm.
they know they're in a comedy club.
Yeah.
But like at a show, like at a college or a corporate event or
For
something
sure.
like that, it's not the same mentality.
Well, yeah,
You
for
know?
sure. Like they didn't buy tickets to go.
Right.
They didn't get ready
Yep.
like it's a Friday night.
And who knows
Yeah.
where they're coming from or what they're in the middle
Stress.
of.
They just left
Tests.
class or they're about to go study, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'll go drop in really quick." You know.
But you
yeah.
you yourself are touring all over the country, doing
Yeah.
tons of school. You're the perfect college act.
I'm doing a lot of colleges now, and I don't know. It's good. I'm happy.
And some corporate stuff, and
I've done some it's like you do anything to fill the calendar with stuff and like get
And
paid
clubs.
obviously too. Yeah, and clubs.
Clubs
are
are
the
loving
most
you.
fun.
they are.
For me.
Oh, you're just saying.
Yeah,
that.
no, it is. Like I love colleges and stuff, but it is different than a regular comedy show.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like I am working to get them feel like they're at a club. That's the work part.
Yeah.
But in the club part, you're in it right away. You're like, okay, let's do the club, and just they're ready to
Getting
laugh.
down in the club.
Yeah, let's
getting
go.
down in the club.
Yes,
I don't know.
getting down in the club. Getting down in the club.
Yeah.
That would be.
There we
John.
go.
Can you imagine the Jewish
What is
comedy
it?
musician?
Do you go clubbing? Have you gone clubbing?
He
No,
just had, must we bring this up?
What?
He
I
just
wanna
had
know.
sex at 32 for
Nice.
the first time.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
And by just, I mean 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hasn't had since.
Since then.
Correct.
So,
So you hated
didn't
it.
like
No.
it. yeah. He doesn't know what his preferred gender pronoun is.
Yeah, for
yet,
sure.
But he's figuring it
I
out.
have theories.
Yeah. Of like pronouns that you'd like.
Yeah, he-ish. I think that's the one I'm
I love
that's
that.
the one I'm
Why can't that
settling
be
on.
him? He-ish.
He-ish.
Him-ish.
Hish.
Hish. Yeah.
Well, we're all a little bit ish, I think. He and she is very definitive.
How I do anything, but don't confuse the gender with the sexuality. They're two different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You could be like in transition but gay,
Mhm.
or you could be a guy. And
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
You're
Straight-
very
so,
knowledgeable on that. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a tricky thing that's going
Sure.
on
Like
between
you-
the gender and the sexuality
Mhm.
preference.
Right.
and
Sexual
I think it's just
preference.
we're all so new to it as a
Get over it.
thing in
That's
society.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
oh yeah, I'm totally cool with
Not
it.
you, but I mean.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who thinks it's wonderful, actually, that
Yeah.
that we're doing that? This is happening. I've
Yeah.
thought this for years. People
Uh-huh.
shouldn't. I don't think there should be anything. I think
How
we should all be
about-
human beings.
Because
Sure. Even the thing of like, I remember when I first started that, trying to figure out why words had gender, like especially in Spanish or Italian, like la and el. It's like it just makes it so confusing to me. And I was like, so why does it have gender? Like, who decided that a pen is like feminine or masculine or something?
Well, we're writing a new database for
Uh-huh.
our comedy database for all
Yeah.
the comedians, and
Yeah.
I literally have had pause when I got to the category male or female, and I thought,
Oh,
should
yeah.
I put other? But
Mhm.
if I put other, then I have to say,
What
right?
do you? Yeah.
Because what do you put?
Well, I guess you can identify
Right?
if you're trans.
And is
you
other going to be
identify-
offensive? That would be my question.
We need a song
I don't
about
know.
this, JR.
About the pronouns?
Yes.
I would see the thing is
Okay.
for me,
Please.
I would have to make sure I did my research when I
Uh-huh.
do. I feel that way with a song. Like, okay, I can't cover a topic if I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I have to,
Yeah.
and I am like researching it, but like I want to make sure I have a proper representation.
All right,
first.
I'm going to
So,
write the
yeah.
song and
Okay.
put the music to
Okay.
it. All right?
I'll sing it.
We'll-
I'll do the
we'll join-
guitar.
We'll join up. So you are a professional comedian now, though. You're not working another job.
Yeah.
You didn't have to really work another job, did you?
No. Yeah.
mean,
I
that's
did.
lucky.
You know, when I first came here, I think I had just started doing it full time, like that year, 2015. And this was a good.
And that's why you were broke the first year.
I was so broke, and oh my gosh, yeah, and like even just last year, I was like getting used to, like I was full time, but I wasn't like this is my job. It was just I just had quit my jobs. That's all. That's what made me full time in it. And then last year was the first time I felt like okay, I guess I can like buy food now and do stuff and like make the same amount of money I would if I was working the same day job. or
Oh,
something.
yeah. You can. You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think that.
But
And
you
so
have
it's-
you have to budget your money differently though, because you
Exactly.
get like a big lump and then you get nothing, and then you get a
Yeah.
big lump and then you get nothing.
I do 60%. It's funny. I just had a tax
Ah.
meeting today, or what?
Tax
What do you call it?
time.
I had met with an accountant today.
Breakdown. That's what you call it. Nervous breakdown.
You
Yeah,
had you had a terrible day, is what you've had.
yeah, it was actually good
A sucky
because
sucky.
all she did for me was say, "All right, you have an extension till October." I was like, "Great, yeah,"
Oh.
because I had more. I basically came in so unprepared. She was like, "You are not ready for this, October." And then,
Would this be a bad time to mention that one of our listeners is the IRS?
Oh, really? Yeah. They're like, okay, we're gonna make sure we check his out. But I did. I do 60% of every check I get into savings, just because I know that
60%.
Well, I also
listen, young comics.
Yeah,
This is good.
because I don't know how long it's gonna last for me, and then I'll have sometimes a whole summer that's dry, and then only the school year is good for the colleges. So I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna be.
So you live off 40% of a middle class income.
Oh man,
so
if you
you're
could call
still
it.
broke.
So this year has been good because of like different like things that came up, and it was really good. But again, I'm still saving the same amount.
Yeah.
But the first year when I was throwing that all in there, I was like, I know it's a good idea in the long run, but it's like if I just used all of it right now, I could live way more comfortably. But it helped that at that time I was also living with my parents, so I didn't have to pay for rent.
You don't live with your parents now?
Now I live with my aunt.
Wow. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's like one
here.
step out of the house.
I'm just going through my entire family tree
And
until I reach my ancestry, my great uncle.
I'm glad you have family members to live with.
Yeah.
Some of us are not so lucky.
That's well.
I don't even have it.
Oh really?
Well, it'd be my dad. That's it, and that's not possible.
For sure.
I mean,
for sure.
he should be living with me now because
Is
he's
it like
that age.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
You'd be like taking care of him.
But what about the girlfriend? Come on.
I stay
That's
with
the
her in
next step.
Sacramento sometimes, and then so it's like I'm kind of living with her in Sacramento.
So you're a mooch. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, all right. I like to call it
That's
like
why you can live off.
I like to call it professional comedian who's
JR DeGoodfornothing.
Perfect.
That's I should totally get a new intro for that. But yeah, I always say in my mind how I justify it is I'm on the road a lot, I'm just on the road. I don't need a place. But I am basically couch surfing. Probably since 2014 I've been couch
Well,
surfing.
in all fairness,
But
no one
not
makes any
after
money
this
anymore.
album.
Yeah.
Not after this
Yeah.
album goes crazy. You guys
Oh, yeah.
gotta download it too if you haven't
Yes.
already.
I saw 2 days ago.
Help get this man a studio apartment.
Give me a studio.
For God's sake, just a couch of his own. Really, that's just a step up.
I think it's so funny but then the other thing is I probably wouldn't get a place for a while, if I could still stay with my family until I could get a house. I really want to have a house or a condo or something. Obviously that's
Don't get a condo. House.
yeah.
So you're
How come?
saving.
Don't get a condo. My parents have a. Don't do
Is
it.
it terrible?
Don't-
Or not
they,
terrible?
They depreciate depending
Really?
on where they
Okay.
are. Yep, they can. The
Okay.
house is better. Get the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
saved you.
I would
Yeah.
listen to the Jew on this one. I'm just saying.
I wasn't
saved your
going to say
life.
anything.
Plus, it's attached to other people, and if
yeah.
You don't know
If
what
you
idiot could
add
be in the other one.
M to the end of it, it's just condom.
But then as a comic, where do you decide where you're going to live? Because it's sort of LA, but then it's what if you get hired somewhere else? I don't know.
you live where it's easiest to Hanukkah on people's faces. I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
And
clear.
for me that's
to pay
anywhere.
rent.
I'm a mobile
Josh, please.
comer. You like the phrase.
It's not my lyric.
You didn't like it at first. I can tell you like it. It's like the
Taking
thing where
this-
you say you don't like it, but you love it.
Taking this
Not only is it my
downtown,
favorite
huh?
lyric, it's his mother's favorite lyric. Okay?
Right.
Oh, it's sadly
Well, that
true.
says a lot.
Yeah,
about
that's what cleaned me up as a comic is my mom loving all my dirty songs.
And you're like, I
Like,
can't do this
I can't
anymore.
do this. Yeah.
That's
It
terrible.
cleaned me up a lot.
That's a really good idea. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mom.
Thank you very much.
So what's next on the horizon for you? Are you working on a new album? Are you trying to get into acting? What's your
Yeah, I have
next
a
step?
list of creative projects.
Ooh.
I want to be like Aziz Ansari or Donald Glover, doing everything, sort of. But then I wish I could sit down and just ask one of them how do you have time to do all that stuff? Do they?
Cocaine.
Huh?
Cocaine.
Yeah. Okay.
cocaine?
Don't sleep. Lots of coke. But it's sort of
Just keep writing.
I would love to make a video type of special at some point. And when it's ready, I'm not in some crazy rush of or delusional of it's gonna be next week. But I'd like to start working on that because this is all audio.
I would love to see a music video of your mom watching the Christmas song.
gosh.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
I don't even know who would that be for. It's not for me. I know that much. I wouldn't enjoy
Anyway,
it.
sorry, not that
So
one.
yeah.
But yeah, you know what's funny is I was just telling someone about this when I was growing up in the
Mm-hmm.
80s. Thank you, Josh, for bringing that up earlier. We had
Oh, yeah.
we had VH1, and
Yeah.
we actually music videos was what you watched.
Mm-hmm.
It was everything.
Yeah.
Everything was in a music video, and then we went backwards sort of, and only went to audio, and now we're
Yeah.
going back to video again.
Yeah.
Right? Like even with podcasts, it's the same sort
For
of trend.
sure.
It's like we had radio, right?
Yeah.
So, and then just now video podcasts are sort of
Interesting.
becoming
So we're
more-
like video is king again.
I
sort of
think
thing.
so.
I think it must have to do with how easy it is to get the content, because now, I mean, phones can stream video so much more easily now than they could 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is phones. I think phones,
Portability.
because before on your MP3 player, it wasn't really video, it was like all audio. And then iPod started being able to
Yeah,
have
but
video.
you're jogging along watching a music video.
Yeah, for
Whoops.
sure. I do
But
do
isn't
that.
it?
Doesn't
Wouldn't
work.
you say I would rather listen to music than watch it, though, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Depends
when-
if it's like if it has a story. Otherwise, if it's like one of those videos that has nothing to do with the song, I don't really care. Like I'm just like, I'm sorry you worked so hard on it, but I don't really care. Like I'm here for the song.
Well, I am hoping we'll see something from you on that video realm soon.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
your songs are amazing
Thanks.
and both wonderful to listen to and watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool to figure out like what a music video would look like for that. I have a few because of the MTV show, the Acting Out one.
Oh,
So they made videos for some of my stuff. But then I haven't seen one of the songs. But again, that was something somebody else made, and I didn't really have the idea. So I'd be curious to see like, oh, what could I make music video wise?
Do you think you'll be writing a song with your girlfriend soon?
Yeah, we've worked on some
Yeah,
dirty songs or
that's gonna
something
be-
together.
Uh-oh.
And then
Well, that's just foreplay, right?
That's just-
But
yeah, that's just like-
yeah, because
for
we
sure.
know how much you like to have sex. You've
Yes.
only told us 20 times.
sex is good.
No, that would be great though. It's hard to partner up with your significant other though, because
We're okay. We do have some collaborative things where it's like we have different styles, I guess, but we actually like write together pretty well. Mm-hmm. Yes, and each other's writing.
yay.
Yeah.
Well, what is the pre-title to one of your songs? Come on, give me a
Oh.
little hint.
Oh man, what's a different song? Because I don't want to say something too. Well, one of them was more me writing it to save her any face. It's called Breakfast in Bed. It's like really
Oh.
dirty.
Oh, I
Oh.
get it.
Yeah.
Josh, do you get it?
Does it involve turkey bacon? I don't get
Okay.
Healthy options, a lot of egg whites, and.
He doesn't get it. Oh my goodness. So
But we did. We did a few. We wanted to do like some kind of like podcasting thing from a therapist perspective and a comedian
Ooh,
perspective.
I like that
Oh.
idea.
Yeah, we wanted to try, but I don't know yet what we're gonna focus on each time. But like something.
You're
to have
screwed
us
up.
do.
Here's why it's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
I already have the title. Analyze this.
Isn't that a movie though? Is that a movie?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it is.
But
No.
it's not a podcast. It's
No,
not a podcast.
it's not a podcast.
Yeah, I do like that a lot though.
Songs in the key of Freud.
God, boy, we're just creative today.
I know. I feel like I really want to listen to this podcast back to like scour for notes. And
Do you? Is there any way you could tease us with maybe a little bit of a new song you're working on or something?
Oh, what's a
Is
new
there
song?
A little.
I don't know if I have anything that's
teaser?
like really on the horizon right now that I'm like excited.
No
about.
dirty Easter songs that
Let
are
me
in
see.
the.
Do I have my phone? I have like snippets. I'm gonna see if there's like a snippet of something. No dirty Easter. Let me see. this.
Nobody says dirty things on Easter, Joshua.
Jesus came back. Let me see.
Twice.
Oh.
Oh.
Bada boom.
Whoa.
I have something here that just says God. Oh, there was like an idea of. So I don't remember how the song goes, so I won't be able to like. Because some of them are just voice memos that I try
But
to
you can
relearn.
sing it a little, right? Like
Yeah, one of them was like about God, but like, you grew up in Catholic school and God's like super homophobic and like kind of a dick in that world. And I was just like, I don't know, like I believe in God, but not that way. So it was like something where it's like, I believe in a God who's super chill as fuck. He's cool with the gays and even cool with butt stuff. And like something like, just as like, because I feel that way. Like God would be cool with butt stuff. I don't know.
God, you make it sound so freaking sexy. I mean, that's the
Oh,
weirdest
so funny.
lyrics, and your voice is like dreamy.
That's so funny.
I'm
Thank you.
sure the girls fall in love with
Oh,
you right
well-
after listening to
I
you.
imagine that God's sitting in a beanbag chair, just kind of.
He's the Big Lebowski,
Right.
just chilling. Yeah,
Oh,
Bruce
that's
Valanche.
so
That's that
wonderful.
God.
yeah. Like I don't know where to keep going. It's so hard for me right now. I don't know how you guys feel with, like the creative process, but like to finish stuff, like songs or even jokes. Like
You start it.
I just lose gas in it now.
Don't
Yeah.
you find that there's a like there's some songs or some jokes you come up with in 2 minutes, and
Oh,
some
yeah,
it
and it's
takes
done.
a year,
Yeah.
and there's no reason why.
Completely.
I'll feel like, it took me a year to figure this out, and it's should have taken me 5 minutes.
Well, when you figure it out, is it for you like something where all of a sudden it clicked, or was it like you were working each day at it? You know, like.
In 2 cases that come to mind, I had the premise for a long time, and then
Yeah.
the punchline actually came on stage.
Yeah, I think that's it for me more too, where it's like it's in my head, it's in my head, it's in my head. One day, it comes out as like a riff. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
It's because you're in the moment on stage.
yeah. And then on
Even
paper,
more
you're in your
so.
head completely.
Yep. Yeah,
That's true.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JR, we are running out
Yeah.
of time.
Okay.
I wish we had more time.
I know.
I wish we had
Talk to
so
you
much more
forever.
time. But I want you to tell our listeners where they can find you online.
Sure.
Where do they
On-
buy the album? Where do
So-
they come see you?
You just send me the money direct.
Ooh, perfect.
Just send it to my
Direct
address.
deposit.
Yes, I'll give you my routing number and everything. No, jrdeguzman.com. Everything's there. Like the album link is on there.
And it's DE.
Mm-hmm.
DeGuzman.
JRDEGUZMAN. I think I spelled my name right. And then you just, everything's on there. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and some neat videos. There's a music video on there for
Oh, that.
some songs, and then everything's on there.
And you're going to be here Wednesday.
I'm here on Wednesday.
Headlining.
Yeah, I'm so stoked. I'm excited.
No contest this week. It's JR DeGuzman.
No
won.
contest. JR DeGuzman.
No contest.
And will you do the Christmas song then?
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
going to do the Christmas song. So if you're listening, come on down.
Yeah, maybe I'll try the new one in between. Like,
Wouldn't it be Hana Come On Down?
Happy Hana, come on down.
Oh gosh, please definitely come. And
Yeah.
JR is here. Keep an eye on our schedule on Flappers Comedy because he does pop in every now and then. But he's touring all over,
Yeah.
doing schools, colleges, corporate events, clubs. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
This is honestly one of my favorite places to like pop in and also just like hang out because you guys have so much like there's so many. I don't feel like I'm disrupting any show if I'm like hanging
Nooks
out.
and crannies.
I can hang out at the bar or like hang out in the hallway but not talk. But yeah, it's such a cool.
Oh, but sing.
spot.
Please keep singing.
I'll always sing.
Please keep singing. Don't ever stop singing.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm inspired to go listen to the entire album now. Josh, do
Yeah.
you want to make any announcements?
Oh,
before
I've got
we
plenty of
close up?
announcements. So we've got our Celebrity Drop-In Tuesday show tomorrow night,
Oh,
during
Joey
which
Diaz.
Joey Diaz will be dropping in. Oh my
When is
goodness!
that, tomorrow?
Yes. Download
Okay.
the Flap app.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Download the Flap
He's
app, and you'll
amazing.
find a special deal for Celebrity Drop-In Tuesdays in the deals section of the Flap app. Then on Wednesday we have
Deals
JR
section?
DeGuzman
This
right
guy.
there. Then
Live.
let's
In
talk
person.
about the weekend. Let's talk about the weekend. We've got in Burbank. We've got Joey Diaz. Now, if you go to our YouTube page,
What?
I'm sorry, not Joey Diaz. Joey
was like-
Medina. There we go. Like the Joeys.
He confused the Joeys.
I confused the Joeys.
They're very
There's gonna be a
different.
Twitter
They're
beef.
different Joeys.
Joey
Twitter beef.
Medina.
Joey
from
Medina.
the original Latin Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
Joey Medina. But if
Talk
you
know
about
him.
dirty.
Is he super? Oh, that's cool.
In a
But if you-
great way, though.
if you go to our YouTube channel and you look there,
Flappers Comedy.
Flappers Comedy, there is a Joey Medina video, and in that video you will find a link for complimentary tickets for
Oh,
Friday
that's
at 8
cool.
p.m. Yes,
Oh, this is
indeed.
for Friday? Is he here all
Yes.
weekend? Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday. So, and then also the same thing with Lou Santini in Claremont, who's here April 14th through the 16th, Friday through Sunday. There's a video on our website.
He
Lou
is
Santini.
not dirty.
No, he is not, and he looks like Steve Carell.
Yes.
And he'll talk about it. But if you go to our YouTube channel, Flappers Comedy, you will and you look for the right Lou Santini video, there will be a special treat for you in the comments section of that video.
Look at me multitasking. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
What jokes would go well with this kind of music? Hey,
Da,
yeah.
da.
Huh?
Actually, I wrote a
Racist.
song. Flappers. Wait, it's the wrong lyric though.
Oh.
Wait, when it comes back around,
Okay.
I'll tell you. I did write a song.
Yeah, I want to
Ready?
hear it. I love doing that with any theme music, adding words.
Oh, I have to start it again.
Okay. I added
Wait.
words to the Game of Thrones theme song.
Okay, let's see if we can do it. I have to start it again though. This is fun though. I originally wrote this. I got the song and I wrote music or
Yeah.
lyrics to it, and then we tried to record it, and it couldn't get Dave to stick to it. So let's see if I remember it though. I don't know if I remember it. I'm gonna try. Ready? Okay, let's see. Flappers, flap. Oh, it's the wrong key. Damn it.
That sounded right.
Flappers, Flappers.
Flappers Comedy. Come on down every weekly. We have shows and food and beverage and laughs for you every week at Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant. Now I'm just talking over the lyrics.
No,
I'm not
but that's
singing.
sort of what it is.
It's very Music
There's the
Man
guy at
now.
the end who's like, yeah.
Close it out,
Come
JR.
hang out every Tuesday through Sunday with Flappers.
Except it's 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We're out.
Unless you're Jewish or Armenian. That was
That was great.